Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
I don't fear the police like I
don't
used
either.
to as a kid.
I don't either.
At a time once, years ago, my little nephew was visiting from Fort Worth.
Uh-huh.
Grew up, he's the son of one of my wacko sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and was living with his dad at the time, and he was probably 6, maybe 7. Sweet little boy. He's visiting us, and he's spending the weekend with us here in San Antonio. And I said, "Hey, man, you want to go grab some tacos with me?" "All right. I'm with Uncle Mike to buy some tacos." So we go over here to Panchito's over here on McCullough and Hildebrand. And I'm standing in line, and a couple of police officers come in to buy tacos, too.
Yeah.
And my little nephew, who's raised in the barrio, he turns around, oh, and he like grabs my pant legs. He goes, "Uncle Mike, it's the cops."
Yeah. They got to eat.
And I was just, I didn't know what to do. I didn't even process what was happening. And the cop looked down like, golly. And the cop probably thought he learned that from me. And I'm like, no, it's fine. There's no, I don't even know what I said. I just thought, my God, this little boy. I ain't blaming the cops.
No.
I'm blaming the parents for making this kid afraid of the police. And by the way, I know everything has context. My sister's ghetto as fuck.
Oh, okay.
So there's a reason why people that tend to fear the police a lot
Breaking the law.
are people
normally.
that tend to break the
Normally
law.
Breaking the law. Yeah. Yeah.
I just felt what a horrible, poor little message this little kid has. Where one police officer walks in to literally just buy breakfast. "It's the cops!" Like he's gonna just take us all. We're just all gonna get thrown on the ground and cuffed and thrown into the back of a car and never seen from
If you
again.
didn't do nothing wrong, you be all right.
I don't ever want to tell my kids bullshit. I always want to be honest and want my kids to see what's going on in this world. But there's no scenario where I want my kids to literally fear every service member they come across.
No,
That's
it's supposed
awful.
to be
Not the message.
I like when I walk into an establishment and I get patted down and I see security or police officers. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll probably get out of here alive. Like,
when there's security in a place, yeah.
I like getting patted down.
Right. That's not to excuse any bad behavior by anybody
Right.
in the service industry, but it's just I don't want kids to live in a world where they're afraid of the cops for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
yeah, that's what we were talking about before the show started. How y'all doing? Good morning,
Good.
everybody. How we doing?
Yeah, I was sitting. I always smoke a little cigar, and I'm sitting on my tailgate,
Uh-huh.
and SAPD rolls up on me, like parks right next to me, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
what I do now?
Black man in
Yeah, what I
Southtown.
do now? So I remain calm. I keep smoking. And he's like, "You work here?" I was like, "Yeah, I do. I'm about to go inside and do my podcast."
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, there's an alarm going off," and I'm like, "Well, there's my co-host car and there's my producer's car, so I don't know why an alarm would be going off, but let's go in and check it out." So
Yeah.
the alarm's sitting there going off. You two are just sitting here oblivious to
I
it.
didn't
Y'all
hear
couldn't hear it?
Not till the door opened.
Yeah, the alarm was going off in the other bar part, and so SAPD's finest had to come in here and check the place out. I think it's still going off. Jeff, wake up. Turn off the alarm, bro.
Yeah.
Why is Jeff still
Did
asleep?
you call Jeff?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
And
you
I'm
turned
not
it
going to
off.
lie. I knew it was on the whole time.
Oh, you did?
You
Yeah.
heard it the whole time?
I didn't hear
Why
it,
didn't
but
you call the poor guy?
I went over there and I knew it was on. And I was
Cops
like,
came out here.
yeah, this is the second time it's happened before.
But we know the alarm works and
Yes.
it rings the cops. Didn't you hit the switch at Texas Cheerlicker one time on
And they
accident?
came in, guns out. I was at Text Cheerleader number 8, and I was just messing with this thing. I
Yeah.
like this motion.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I just hit this red button. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, they probably hung bags from here. And then, like, literally 6 minutes later, 2 cops roll in, guns out. And I'm like, like you said, then a mom calls me, "Hey, dumbass. You set the
Did you hit the button, dude?
I did.
I was always afraid I was going to bump into the one at the store that I worked at up in
Yeah.
Stone Oak because
Oh,
it was literally right underneath you. It was
Yeah,
right
you
there,
got the
waist.
nice
It's like waistline.
Yeah, you can see you had a Stone Oak. You had the nice
Oh,
one.
what did you have?
I don't know. It's like this red button you push.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would want to touch that button all the time.
Yeah, mine was a little lever. You pull it up.
mm-hmm.
But I was always afraid I was going to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always super conscious.
He
of it.
never went over with me. Never went over
it's
with me.
poor management is what you're saying.
Yes.
It's poor management by
But store
Mr.
one, we have a
Singh.
different one. Yes, poor management.
Good morning, everybody. That was fun. It is in the building. We are here. And by the way, how about that response time? Nice work,
Good
boys.
response time
Appreciate
for
that. So, Jeff,
Southtown.
it's
Yeah.
working. It's working, Jeff.
That's Jeff just making sure they show up.
I was here for 30 minutes.
Oh,
You heard it for 30 minutes? Well, why
Yeah,
didn't you say
I got here at
something?
9:30.
Oh, why
no,
didn't
tell
you
me
say
so,
something?
because he rolls up right up on me, and I'm like, damn.
What if there was some crackhead in here,
Yeah.
Jose? Don't let me walk in here with an alarm going on. Maybe you don't give a shit, but let me know. Because this place isn't open yet.
Dog.
Somebody could have broken in overnight and been asleep in here in the fucking bar room area.
You should have seen the first time I got pulled over with my wife.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know how I was being pulled over. I'm the over complier.
Oh, me too.
Because I'm trying to get home.
Me too.
I'm trying to get home. We both scared. I'm just trying to get home. Like, you got plenty of people telling you your rights and you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. Okay. I'm gonna tell you this. If you do what they ask and go home.
Right.
Do what they ask and go home. And she was looking at me like, damn, because I had both hands out the window, license and insurance in my hand. The cop comes up to me, he's like, dude, relax. I'm like, all right, sir, I'm just, trying to make your job easy.
Remember the scene on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Yeah.
where Will and Carlton?
And Carlton tried to go Compton.
Yeah, Carlton tried to talk his way. Will's like, no, what are you doing? No. And Will showed him how to act.
Yeah,
When
comply and don't die.
Comply and don't die. Right. Who cares if the cop's an asshole or he breaks protocol? You get to live another day.
Right.
Sue him later, a bitch
Right.
later, but don't get shot by being an asshole to the police. And
Right.
they don't deserve that anyway. And God knows that's a hard job. A lot of those guys are on edge anyway.
And I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you how I get
No,
there.
I don't. I just you don't want to trigger a guy who's got a stressful job. Fucking comply.
Yeah,
How you doing, sir? Can I see your license and registration?
absolutely.
Yes, sir. My wallet. I keep my wallet right here in the console. I'm gonna reach in here and grab it.
I
Yes,
get
sir,
I
no
get
problem.
it before they even come.
No, see, I don't want them seeing my
Yeah, I
hand
know.
shuffling. I don't want them seeing my hand shuffling. I keep my hands boom.
I keep mine pretty handy.
10 and 2. I wait. I don't do shit till the cop tells me what
Yeah.
to do. How you doing, sir? Pulled you over for speeding. Can I see your license and registration? Yes, sir. I'm gonna reach into my wallet and pull it out right now.
Yeah,
Let
I
them
ain't
know
doing- I ain't
everything.
doing
I'm
no
doing.
tripping.
Damn right. Welcome in here. Good morning. What's up,
I was gonna say it's still fuck ice though. Over here it is.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, yeah, to a large extent for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is
Especially
show number
Philippines.
352. It is in the building from the Texas Chair Liquor Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can donate to us via the Super Chat. Jump in here and give us takes on the day if you want to. You may certainly do that if you want. You can also buy us coffees.
Buy us a couple.
Buki has the coffee link. I got a little small tea here, but you want to buy me another one, please feel free to do so on the link. Or just chat us up, send us $50 because you love us. Subscriptions are free. We welcome you to click on there, share and like our page. It's Love You Hard TV on YouTube.
And I tried. Jose.
What?
I was like, I just assume everyone knows you. So I name dropped you when he pulled up on me. I was like, yeah, I'm about to do my show with Mike Taylor.
Oh, you name dropped
Yeah.
me?
It didn't work. I was hoping he knew.
No.
I was like, yeah, I'm about to do my show with Mike
We
Taylor.
do have a
I
lot
was like,
that listen.
I know. I was like, anything? No? Okay,
Yeah.
he's still coming in? All right.
I wouldn't play that card, man. I'm not that popular.
I didn't
Not
say,
yet.
I didn't go, do you know who I do a show with? I'm like, no. I was just like, yeah, me and my co-host Mike Taylor about to do our pod.
Oh, okay.
And then I was waiting.
Maybe he's a Rudy J fan. You don't know. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And no, we do have a healthy amount of guys that watch it. Shout out to the girls and boys in blue.
Fire department as well.
Oh, I heard good. The chief was very happy with
Really?
hanging out. Said she's happy to come back another time if we wanted to. We had the fire chief in here
We
last
needed,
week.
when she does her Friday ride-arounds, I'd rather do that.
On the truck? Oh,
Not on
oh,
the
with
truck,
the chief?
like go to a couple houses with her.
Oh, that'd be like just
Fight
to,
fires
to
with
go.
her?
No,
No.
to see the guys.
Because remember, she
Drop
said
it on
she's
the
trying.
crew.
She told her
Not just
assistant.
guys,
Yeah,
the
she
crew.
told her assistant that she was
Mhm.
going to try to make it out to the houses more.
Yeah, it's hard because she's so busy
Yeah.
doing everything else. But all right, thank you all very much. Shout out to everybody in town, the San
First
Antonio
responders.
Police, San Antonio Fire. We absolutely support them. Not
We
the-
love y'all.
I mean, shit.
I got some shit I need removed.
And it's so
Yeah,
crazy.
same here.
It's so crazy how we view the police, and a lot of reputations are earned. I realize that, but shit, you put 50 police in a room, 5 of them are going to be shitty. Sorry, people.
Teachers.
You put
that goes for teachers. That goes for radio.
It goes for fucking pastors, man.
Yeah.
You put 50 of anybody in a room, some of them going to be sorry. That's just how it goes.
And those pastors are going to be real bad.
And the pastors are done. Maybe it's 10 out of 50 pastors.
The spectrum is going to be bad.
Yeah, I don't think you can't blanket any group to sum it up.
Except for Venezuelans, obviously.
One man who will always fear the police, no matter what, even if they're just asking him for an autograph or just buying tacos or don't know who he is. If he's ever a free man again, a man who will always fear the officials is Diddy. TMZ today.
Boom, boom, boom.
The most credible news source in America. In a stunning move, the day before closing arguments in Diddy's federal criminal trial in NYC, prosecutors have pulled back on some key testimony during the trial, specifically kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. They have dropped a bunch of the charges against Diddy today.
There's still
the day before closing arguments.
Yeah, there's still some serious charges. He can still do some serious time. But if you're on that jury right now, aren't you looking at each other like,
yeah,
this is like, wait, we're removing the kidnapping
the day before
and
closing
a couple
arguments?
of the sex trafficking things?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the trial, so I can't speak on. I know TMZ's been all over it, but when this happens the day before closing arguments, it kind of feels like they think. Because remember, I know one thing I do know is Diddy's defense team didn't call any witnesses because they felt nobody made a compelling enough case to convict him on anything. So they didn't call any witnesses. They were done in 30 minutes.
Right.
I feel like the prosecution feels like they've gotten their asses handed to them a bit.
Says prosecutors said in a letter to the judge, Aaron Subramanian, the government is following his honor's instructions to streamline the jury instructions. The reality, prosecutors seem to feel they're fallen flat on providing Diddy allegedly kidnapped former employee Capricorn Clark, who was taken to a building and giving a lie detector test to determine if she stole Diddy's jewelry, and then Cassie, when she was allegedly held at the London hotel.
Yeah, the only thing they did, Diddy's defense team, when on their closing arguments, they said they read a text from Cassie where Diddy texted, "Hey, what do you want to do tomorrow?" And her response was, "I just want to be your little freak."
Okay.
That's what the defense was like. Like, hey,
right.
She was a willing participant.
Correct.
That's what they're trying to make it seem like.
Says more surprising, prosecutors are not pursuing the attempted arson claim that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car in a jealous rage over homegirl. During the trial, prosecutors never directly linked Diddy to the fire. Both of these charges relate to the racketeering charge Diddy faces. He still faces some pretty heavy charges. But I'm with you, man. If I'm a juror, I've spent 5 months on this fucking case, basically putting my life on hold. And you've presented all these facts to me, allegedly. And the day before closing argument, y'all drop half the charges? That right there is called reasonable doubt. And as a juror,
good point, Mike.
That messes my head up. Even if I were thinking about convicting him and voting guilty, and obviously they're going to do this by a charge basis. But man, these are the kinds of things that get people off, especially celebrities,
especially with good defense attorneys,
$1 million lawyers and such.
I just hate that he's been. Look, one of my best friends, okay, in my wedding, raised him since he was 2 years old. Worked for Diddy for 3 years. Okay, he was called to New York.
Yep.
Diddy is one of the worst human beings to ever walk the planet.
So
I'm saying
make him a criminal.
One of the worst human beings to ever walk the planet. But when you group him in with the Russian mob and the cartel, like there's people that have lost their daughters to real sex trafficking.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Where you never see your daughter again and she's raped by thousands of men yearly. To group him into that with paying some freaking escorts and paying a couple chicks off and y'all doing these little freaky shit, to group him into that type of, it's weird. And it's be frank, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
When you put those two words, sex trafficking, when I think of sex trafficking, I think of the absolute worst. I don't think of a couple people getting paid to do freaky shit. You know what I mean? And you
Yep.
try to loophole it because you just after this guy to try to make your name in the prosecution world.
Right.
It's bullshit.
Right. So if I'm the defense, my closing argument is A, jury, they just dropped half the charges yesterday. B, my client, maybe he's a pervert, maybe he's a weirdo, maybe he has weird sexual tastes.
Awful person.
Maybe
but,
he's a douchebag.
right.
Criminal? No.
Freaky as fuck? Yes.
And it ain't my job as your lawyer to prove you're not freaky. It's to prove you're not a criminal.
Right.
And dropping half the charges before the day of closing arguments? What the hell?
It's
Diddy
weird.
may get something small, probation, maybe a year after this, time served. He may walk free next week. God dang,
insane.
after all that shit. Hello, everybody. Yeah, that's crazy news. All right. It is in the building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. Speaking of,
them June specials looking like Buki.
I love how you call Mr. Singh out all the time. Our own client.
Do I?
No client gets called out more in America by his own hosts that he supports.
Man, this dude
Mr.
walked
C.
in to me the day after Juneteenth, just so you can know the type of relation, how me, Mike, Buki, AD, how our buddies get down. We're from a certain era. He walked into me June 20th, the day after Juneteenth, hands me a carton of Newports and 10 packs of Black & Miles and tells me happy Juneteenth. All right. So we give it to each other. He handed me Black & Miles and Newports and told me happy Juneteenth.
He's pretty dark. So is it you take it like an Indian guy can do that and you're okay? Or is it just because you know him well?
It's because I grew up. Dude, my soccer team did to me?
Newports.
I had a Kansas City Royals hat.
Oh, boy.
I took it off, went to the restroom because we're in study hall. I come back. They had taped the F in between it. Like, this is how we grew up talking shit to each other. We know it was racist. Just having fun, man.
Correct.
Now, now don't treat all black people like you treat me. Somebody might power wash the driveway with your forehead. Everybody, you got to know the guy.
Not everybody's allowed to treat black people like we treat Rudy.
We're having fun, man. I make fun of white people.
Some of
make
y'all
fun
really
of
are racist assholes.
Yeah, we make fun of Venezuela. It's just having a good time. You got to know each other. So, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, this is a Gen X show. So
Can I get those Newports? No, Greg, buy them. Who smokes Newports in 2025?
They always smell real good. The cool menthol
Yeah.
parts. The cool menthols always
menthol,
smell
yeah.
good. Yeah,
I'm
they
not
smell
smoking
I smoked one once because of Shannon Sharp. I was curious.
that boy.
I was
Hey,
curious, yeah.
I tried Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull because of Billy D. Williams in junior high.
I did. I think mine were the West Coast rappers made me try 40s.
Sure. Oh yeah. And,
St.
and by the way, they're
Ives.
horrible.
Yeah.
Old
What is
E.
that? Old OE.
8-ball.
Yeah. West Coast
God.
rappers had me wanting to have a 40 in the paper. Mickey's.
Yeah. And your
Nasty.
breath was horrible for an hour.
I would be faded though
Mickey's.
off of one Mickey's, dude. One Mickey 40 ounce. I was gone.
Big L. The
Still
Mexican jokes are the funniest.
Wow, come on.
Oh yeah.
Big
Well, you
Al.
know what the Mexican word of the day is, don't you?
Oh shit. What?
It's body wash.
What? Give me the punchline.
I can't go to the bar tonight because I got no body wash my kids. Yesterday was mushroom.
But what was mushroom? What's
Hey,
the
you
punchline?
fucker, you can't go with us because we don't got mushroom in the car.
Oh. Said no one ever.
Oh, well, they stack them on top.
Mhm.
Golly, see how racist we are? But it's everybody.
Everybody gets it.
You want to do a white joke? Let me pull out my short penis. There it is. There it is. There's a white joke.
There's some big pink ones.
Oh yeah.
There's some
Pink.
big pink.
Oh yeah.
They're pink.
All right. I didn't know.
Well, yes,
I
you
didn't,
do.
I didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't,
you do.
I didn't
Not
classify
watch
them as
porn?
pink. So there's white.
I mean,
They're
this,
pinkish.
This is white.
Yeah. They're pinkish.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, there goes the tea.
No. I think that's a good lid. That's white. This is penis.
That's the color of your penis.
That's penis. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm glad I
yeah,
get
it's
a
white.
vivid
It never
image.
sees the light of day. I don't go to the nude beach like I used to.
Or nudist societies. Yeah. Shout out to them.
All right.
Rudy, you want to take a trip in the building trip to the nudist beach?
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, the one in Austin has
Hippie
gotten.
Hollow?
I hear it's gotten lame.
Well, Rudy, even better for you.
No, I'm not gonna even have this conversation. Last time we had this conversation and I said I wanted to be mid chub. My wife called me after the show. She's like, I had to turn y'all off. Your teenage daughter was in the car. We were talking about being mid-chub, and I was like, fudge.
I had to go tell my kid. I told you this. I told the twins, guys, you may see some stuff on the internet.
Oh.
After the live show.
Oh, yeah.
Just know that these are jokes.
Yeah. We're adults.
We're adults. This was an adult party, and we were making jokes. But you don't ever want to hear things about your father.
No, it's gross.
No, God, no. You
It's
don't. Want,
gross.
you want to pretend that your father doesn't do those things. You ever see your parents naked?
Mm-mm.
All the time.
As a
What?
as a kid, like a little kid.
Why?
No, I still see him all the time.
Why?
You liar.
Okay,
Put me in
okay,
shock.
we can say we're
What,
lying.
Are you trying to be shocking?
No, I'm not actually. I told you these are parents that like to be naked and go to nudist resorts and take their 7-year-old child.
Yeah, but you're 27.
yeah, who cares at this point?
When's the last time you saw your mother with no top on?
3 days ago?
I don't
My-
believe you.
Okay.
Are you doing a bit, dude?
I wish I was. I'm telling you, like 3 days ago.
You don't have to admit everything on.
Well,
our
you
show.
asked. You want me to lie to you? I can't.
Maybe, yeah. Sometimes. Wait a minute. You saw your mother
Yep.
topless 3 days ago.
Sure, yeah. What's the big
Jose,
deal?
This is fireable. What you just told.
What's the big deal?
How did this? Was it an accident
No, she's just walking around. I walked in, say hello.
at your mother's home?
Yeah. We can talk about my dad's dick.
So they
while we're at it,
really
too.
are. They really are legit nudists.
Do they enjoy being naked? Yeah. Whatever.
Are they like members of nudist? Poor Rudy. Nudist societies.
No. Well, they went to that one then, and we talked about that.
Okay, so they don't plan vacations around like nude resorts or.
Not to my knowledge. I mean,
And you know what though?
they go to Europe
So your mom just walks freely topless in her house.
when she wants to. Yeah.
whether
Not all the
you're-
time.
even if you're there.
Yeah.
But you
You're,
know what?
you're not kidding. I'm trying to
I'm
process
not.
what I'm being told right
But
now.
you know what though? A lot of internationals don't care. I mean,
This is America.
you watch National Geographic.
These are American citizens.
National Geographic. The women always have their.
Rudy,
boobs
they live
out.
in huts. They eat raw antelopes for dinner. That's different.
I've seen my dad's dick more than times than I can
This
count.
is not
I
a
mean,
South American tribe in the Amazon rainforest of Peru.
No, those are my people, apparently.
Big Al says, "Show us pics, or it didn't happen."
My mom has fake boobs, Al, so I'm sure you'd be interested.
Wait a minute.
My sister, it's a Venezuelan women thing.
Does
Every
your sister go topless in front of you?
No,
Mm-mm.
no. My brother and sister. Are
Well,
more
your
decent.
sisters are Americanized.
Yes.
Your parents must be don't put this on Venezuelan people. This is isolated to y'all.
Maybe.
This ain't got
Maybe.
nothing to do with culture.
I don't know many other Venezuelans, so maybe.
I don't think Jose Altuve's ever seen his mom.
I can't
I
confirm or deny.
bet no.
Jose, you said 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's like the past week.
Okay, what were you doing over there? Just going to visit?
Yeah, just going to say hello. It's probably the time I dropped off my dad's fucking bottle of whatever I got him.
The bottle that you got for
Yeah.
Father's Day. You went over there to drop it
From
off and they
Texas
were
Chill
naked in
Liquor.
there.
Yeah, I went. The doors closed. Probably I went to say hello to my mom. She was naked. I said, "Oh, hello," and walked away. That's it.
If Rudy and I get invited over to your parents' house for dinner, are they going to have clothes on?
Yeah,
Okay.
Helga's almost seen my parents.
But if they
naked.
know it's you, then Mijo's here. It's no big deal.
yeah,
It's like for real.
yeah, no,
Wow.
Helga's almost seen my parents naked
I'm
many
going to need
times.
some
yeah.
time to process this.
These are, and Guillermo's right. These are the questions you need to
take
ask.
More time asking questions in the hiring process.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think to ask, have you ever seen your mom's titties in the last year? That wasn't on my questionnaire sheet for potential employees, Guillermo.
No, I've never seen my
I still,
mom naked.
I've
I've never
still
seen my mom
processing
naked.
this. Well, of course you haven't.
Never.
You realize how rare this is, right, Book?
No, I don't. I guess it is a very
I'm
normal
telling
thing
you,
to
it's
me.
very, very rare. Okay, you don't walk around with your schlong out at your apartment, do you?
I can't confirm nor deny.
Do you ever get naked in front of are you ever nude in front of your parents?
Not anymore.
No.
When's the last time?
Probably like-
12.
No, it's like 20s. Like
What?
23. Who cares?
Y'all are like that family on Saturday Night Live. You French kiss when you see them?
no.
You stick your tongue in her mouth to say
No.
hello?
My parents have made me very anti-contact and all that stuff. Don't hug me, all that stuff.
Oh, okay, you can only look but not touch.
Yeah,
That's your
exactly. That's why I'm great at
mom's-
strip clubs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would think you'd be desensitized. Has it messed up your head?
I mean, you tell me I'm weird all the time, so maybe.
It's not weird if it's always happened. It's
Yeah.
like normal for them.
For me, it's like another day. Who cares?
But you do get aroused by like
No.
Helga's boobs.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
But that doesn't happen when you're around your mom.
No.
I don't get
subliminally.
Yeah, and it's if I'm like at a strip club. I've never been to a strip club and got a stiffy from random woman's boobs because I've seen them so much. I guess I don't know. There's never seen a pair of boobs at a strip club where I'm like, fuck
Jose,
yeah.
load the fight.
Draft talk has been
Load the fight.
completely blown out to
Load
what
the
on
fight.
earth are we doing right now? I don't even know. I feel like I'm in a weird dimension that I'm not unaware of right now.
Let's transition, Mike.
Rudy, we really should.
Let's transition. Load the fight, Jose.
Oh
All
my
right.
God! Oh
That
yeah,
chick's
just play the
fighting,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't know
transition.
where to go with anything. Oh my God!
You ask the questions I have to
I know
answer.
you. Okay, let's just let's just go with this. Going forth, it's okay to not tell me the truth all the time.
I disagree. If you ask the questions,
If I
I'll
don't know
answer.
you're lying, then I'll never know. Keep me in my ignorant bliss.
No, so
And then he threw in that they're boob jobs.
Yeah, which means they look fantastic in his opinion, right?
sure.
Did the doctor do a good job?
Mike, I thought we
I know
played
we're
the
trying
fight.
to play the fight again. I'm sorry. I've been
Can we,
derailed.
and also put the June specials back up. So
oh
we can
my God!
To
I'm sorry.
Oh, I have to say
This is
before
still the live
specials.
spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my! Well, Mr. Singh got like a 10-minute live spot.
Yeah.
All 7 area Texas cheerlickers. They do 2 things. Well, they do many things. 2 of which they all wear clothing, and they will all give you a 5% discount when you mention in the building, and you can take advantage of the June specials for more. Here's Rudy. Good Lord.
Svedka, 14 hands, -96, Lone Azul. You still got a few days. Love Texas Cheer Liquor. And we got to, yeah, man.
I'm trying my hardest to segue.
I went to
Really
Venezuela
am.
once.
Mhm.
It's like, my big return when I was in like 8th grade going to freshman year. My mom had to get her boobs redone then. That's another reason why we went. So she got her
how
boobs
come?
redone
The
there.
silicone blew up or something?
Yeah, sure. And, they get old, They poke a hole in the fun bags. You have to get them redone every once in a while.
Yeah.
And that happened in Venezuela, too. That's when I realized, like, oh, everyone just comes to Venezuela to get their boobs done, huh?
Well, it's cheaper. That don't mean everybody's topless, though, in Venezuela, in front of their family members.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, my God.
How's your day? How's your guys' gay day going,
How's my guy's gay day going?
You guys have flustered me now. I'm weird. Sorry. I didn't know I was
Let's
such
get
a
eyes at the
foreign.
third. Let's get out of this, Mike.
Okay, we've had money come in.
Yeah.
I usually been waiting on money till the end, but yesterday I forgot.
Now you got the whole
So let's
chat
just
wanting to go to
mention it as
Bookie's
it
parents' house.
I know. All right, well, here's a great way to segue out of this. We're going to read. We have some people that have donated money. Go back up. We've had 2 people donate money already. I hope we haven't ran off half our audience. Thank you, Edward Riojas. $1.99. Thank you. very
Again,
much.
this is going to be one of those things where I tell you guys, and I think it's just us talking, and then Randy's going to come up to me and be like,
Exactly.
So,
See, that's the part you forget, that we have to go in public.
Yeah,
Right.
especially if my parents come to one of these events, everyone's going to be like,
Right. And look, I love, and we've met your brother who seemed like a super normal.
Yeah,
not that
he's
your
normal.
parents are. I don't want to offend anybody here. I don't know what to do.
Read the money.
Isaac III has donated $20. Thank you. Let me put in the building on so I can wake up, walk right into Chub Talk, beat nude beaches, and parents and implants. I'm awake now. Thank you, boys. You're welcome, Isaac. Shout out to Aaron Canooper yesterday to make up for lost time. Aaron, I forgot you. Sorry, it's my fault. $9.99. Morning, fellas. Thanks for the Wemby shirt, guy. He won the Wemby shirt last week.
That's right. Did you get it to him?
I did. Geared up for Spurs drafting number 2. Probably Harper. Rudy Spurs brisket and getting tender. Let it cook. He's saying no trades. Just draft 2 kids and continue to let the kids cook. Stephen Tejeda also donated $9.99. Thank you. Just wanted to show some support as I drive to Houston. My wife and I are excited for y'all's TV show. Many blessings to you all. Thank you. I really hope that our new colleagues at Chris 6 have not chosen this particular program to check out the new TV show.
Well, they know we won't do this.
This will not be the content aired. Jose will not be allowed anywhere near the television show.
yes, FCC would come down for me.
God. Okay.
So NBA draft, huh?
I need a countdown. Count me down from 3, please.
3, 2, 1.
Tonight's the National Basketball Association draft. It's in Chicago, right? That we are tonight? I
Sure.
think we're in Chicago. My word. Tonight we get ready for the NBA draft, and Rudy and I probably Jose, will be on board tonight at 6:55. I'm thinking 6:55.
6:55.
Yeah, 6:55 p.m. tonight, because the draft starts at 7. And are they gonna? So what is the first pick? 7:18, 7:31.
Probably.
All right. I think we just come on around 6:55 and talk draft or whatever. We can talk about whatever we want. It's our show, but we're going to do a special edition tonight of In the Building.
We really only care about number 2. Then
Tonight.
after that, we're gonna shoot the shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, maybe we'll get through at
let's just
least
start there.
We'll at least get through the lottery picks.
Let's just start right there. Do the Spurs even have a 14th pick by the time they're on the
That's
clock
a good
tonight?
question. Well, the thing is, I think they probably will pick someone, but it'll be a lot like the kid. What's his name? It slips my mind. From Kentucky, they drafted him and traded him right away. Rob something.
Dillingham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They may do one
Like
of those
last year.
Well, maybe they may
Yeah.
do one of those numbers where they get a Dillingham like player,
Mhm.
and move it to somebody for
Well,
a second round pick that they don't have to guarantee money
Yeah,
to.
they're picking for somebody else.
Right.
Like if they make a trade, the Bulls will tell them who to pick.
Yeah.
That's the agreement. All right, we'll pick who you want here for that.
Give us 2 second rounds. So
Something
somebody
like
we ain't
that,
got to guarantee
yeah.
no money to. 'Cause
You know,
we got to
yeah.
extend Fox.
Right.
Wemby's money be here in 2 years. Like there's a
Right.
lot of we got to pay Harper or
Harper's gonna have to
Bailey.
get paid a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And
But
we're-
what I was thinking about with this, Mike,
Mhm.
consider we'll keep it here. The Spurs have gone 1, 4, and now 2. So in 3 years from now, that has to equate to something. I'm not saying it has to. I'm not asking them to be the Thunder. I'm not asking them in 3 years from now to be in the title, Mike. But if you go 1, 4, 2, trade De'Aaron Fox for a can of, you get De'Aaron Fox for a can of soup.
Mhm.
By 2028, this got to look like, oh shit, the Spurs are back. And when I say back, I mean I'm talking at least WCF. I'm talking at least Western Conference Finals, because I want to say Shea, because that will put Wemby in year 6, because Wemby's coming in 3, right? So that puts Wemby in year 6. That puts Castle in year 4. That puts Harper year 3. You know, and when I look at that, I mean Shea's in his 6th year. You know, Williams, Chet, they're around that 2-3 year mark. So again, I'm giving them 3 years. I'm going to be fair. But in 1, 4, 2, I think is 3 years is a very generous window to where they're like a legit contender in the West. I'm not asking that to happen next year. I think they make the playoffs next year. But legit contender, 1, 4, 2, 3 years, yeah, this needs to look something somewhat like OKC.
All right, I'm going to be fair too. If you have 3 top 5 picks, top 4 picks, over the course of the next 3 years, if you're not a championship contender, everybody should be fucking fired, period.
Oh, so you took it a step further than me.
Yeah. Mitch Johnson should be terminated if they're not a championship contender in 3 years. Fuck you doing?
I try to give everybody 3. I try to be fair.
Well, and
That puts Wemby in year 6.
hey, Oklahoma won 24 games 2 years ago. They got it together. They figured it out. Now they've won the title. You don't have to win the title, but your ass better be a championship contender by 27, 28,
Yeah.
or everybody should be fired.
Mhm.
Everybody.
Top 4.
Wasted Victor Wembanyama's
top
career
4
at
picks.
that point. Yeah.
And you got De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, no one's been more patient with the Spurs than me. Well, I wanted them to make
The
a
local
trade a
media
couple
has
of
been
years
a
ago.
lot more patient.
I've been very patient with them. But at some point, there's got to be the payoff. And we're closer to where I expect the payoff to be here than not. You know what I'm saying? We should be rounding second base at this point, headed, and then by tonight, they draft this kid Dylan Harper. If he's as good as I think he's going to be in the next 2 years, your ass better be at least in the conference finals, I
Sure.
believe. Yeah. Or you fail Victor Wembanyama. You're failing this kid if you don't get to the championship level that he needs to be on. Not saying you have to win the title. Your ass has to be considered one of the contenders every season.
Right.
Starting 2 years from now, for the next 10 years thereafter, you better be a title contender or everybody's going to get fired. And they should be.
Yeah.
Period. We all agree Dylan Harper's the consensus decision here for sure.
I guess. I mean, it is
Yeah.
the Spurs, but who knows? But I guess.
I think it's Harper. I saw yesterday Ace Bailey, the kid from Baylor. He's falling. That could be bullshit, though.
The reason they're teams, they're saying he's falling because teams are put off by him and his agent. They're not even showing up to interviews.
Yeah.
Like, not only are they not working out, they're just like, who? No, we're not coming out
Is
there.
it going to be Shadur Sanders
which
tonight?
which is stupid. That's dumb on his agent's part. Like, I get it. You probably not going past 5. But this is the reason why you don't do those things. Because if your career doesn't turn out the way you think it's going to, and you need to keep a job in year 5, 6, 7, all those teams that you told to F off, they're not going to give you work. Like, it's just about maintaining good relationships. Like, Cooper Flagg knows he's going to be one. Still went and worked out for Dallas. And, oh, by the way, Dallas said, damn, he's better than we thought.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the gym putting up shots, and his 3-ball looks a lot better than they thought. But it's just about having great relationships. And in that world, a world that I will never know, it's all about being a pro. You have to be professional. Being professional is being on time, showing up to interviews, shaking everybody's hand, just playing the game. You're playing the game because if you want to be, you could be here for fit. Ask Udonis Haslem. He got 21 years. 10 of them were sitting on the bench because he's a pro. And that's where I don't think, I know Ace Bailey isn't going past 5. I get that. But what about if you're a bust? And you know what, Philly, let's take a flyer on Ace in year 7. We like the kid. He showed up interview. We always like, let me give him a shot. But now, why would I? You and your agent are assholes. You treat us like shit. I'm not giving you a job. I'm not bringing you in on a veteran 1-year, 2-year deals. You not these kids and these agents and these parents, they don't be thinking like that. And it's unfortunate. And I think Ace Bailey, probably him and his agent and his parents, dropped the ball on just being like, nah, we ain't coming and showing up for your interview because you're not thinking long term, which you always should be in this world because you can keep a great job for 20 years if you're smart.
That's what makes this draft so hard. You know, you put millions of dollars into evaluating these players. You have AI now helping you evaluate players and shit. But what you cannot account for is what an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid's going to be when he's 25 from the neck up.
Right.
You cannot account for that. That's what makes this even such harder now because everybody that gets drafted is 18 and 19 years old. These are boys.
Yeah.
They barely know how to wipe their own ass.
No, guarantee some of them still have shit stains.
You got to try to...
Guarantee.
I was doing it now. I was just being facetious, but you took
it literal.
But maybe it really is. I know half of them probably can't drive. Kids today don't drive. Kids now drive later than we did.
They don't know how to open champagne.
No, can't pop champagne bottles. It's very difficult to put. Doesn't open champagne bottles. Dad's weird. Kid didn't want to work out for half the teams into the AI robot slot and get a lot of help back from that.
Right.
Because all they do is evaluate where the kid is physically.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, he wants to go to Brooklyn. It's the scuttlebutt.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Well,
He said Brooklyn. I think it's a couple other teams.
He just wants to go to a big market and not be.
Ace wants to go to somewhere where he can be the man and shoot the ball 30 times. But that isn't always. Look, man, I've seen players that are going to be better than Ace Bailey. They're better than Ace Bailey now. They're going to be better than Ace Bailey when he's done. Be the man and get jack shit. Ask KG how that worked out for him in Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right. And I could do a whole show on players that you get 25 shots and amount to jack shit because you got no help. So that ain't the answer, Ace.
I hope he's good wherever he goes because I love his name, Ace Bailey.
Great
It's
basketball.
a great sports name. All
no,
right.
Raul, Ace ain't dropping to 14. That's a silly
No, he
question.
ain't doing that.
If so, we taking him.
Of course. At 14, I don't give a shit about his attitude.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And it'd be fun to reunite those two.
But
guys.
like Rudy said, though, I don't think the Spurs want 2 guaranteed contracts.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I
It'd
think
be
they,
nice.
I think they moved the pick, and they ain't
Yeah.
moving it for some. Like they're not going to trade that and other guys for Drew Holiday.
Right.
They're going to trade it for 2 second-round picks or something just to get
Yeah.
out from underneath the money.
Buki, who is Steve G that says Wemby's a traffic cone?
What's
Very
that?
surprised if he wins the title. You know Steve G?
Yeah, Colorado guy.
He's a Denver guy. So
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
Joker guy probably. Wemby's a traffic cone. Very surprised if he wins the
What do you
championship.
mean by traffic cone?
I don't know what that
What
means.
does that even mean?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, Steve's wrong, unfortunately. But what I will say, the Spurs needs a thicker center to grab some rebounds with Wemby would be nice.
All right. Well, that leads me to my next opinion.
If they do take
I
14.
don't want shit to do with that kid from Duke.
Malach?
Kamon Muluach.
No?
I watched him 15 times this year. Saw him in person. I don't want
Even if he puts some weight
he's
and
a
learns the
fucking
game?
stiff. I
Really?
don't want anything to do with him.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't
his
like him.
championship performance put you off, right, Mike? Or his semifinal?
He got his ass bullied by dudes that were 6'8" and 6'7".
Is that because he's young,
7'2".
though?
I think he's a pussy.
No.
He's like 7, like
There's
3.
my evaluation. Take that AI. We ain't taking him because he's a pussy. That's the Gen X. There's the Gen X index tonight on Come On Moo Watch. I don't think he's gonna figure it out. I don't think he's going to be very good. I think he's not gonna be Manute Bol. He's not even. I mean, people are like, oh, maybe he's the next. No, just not.
You're out
He's
on
not
him.
going to be.
That's fine.
Even if he's just a defensive-minded shot blocker for the next 15 years. No, I don't like it. I saw him get bullied a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential, but again, oh, by the way, I reserve the right to be wrong on every single thing we said recording the draft.
Me too.
Because everybody else is too. Or
Even
else
the experts.
That's correct. Because the MVP of the league this year was the 11th overall pick when he came out back in the SGA. The Clippers traded him for Paul George. So I reserve the right to be wrong about everything. Jalen Brunson is an MVP candidate. He was a 33rd overall pick in the draft at one point in this world. You know.
Yeah.
This is the league that took Michael Olowokandi #1 overall one time.
Great name.
Yeah, great name, shitty player.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, I don't like Muluwach. I think Con Canuple's going to be good. Although Rudy said I only get to talk good about 2 white guys a year.
2.
Oh, there you
got
go.
a 2
Watch
max.
out for Con Canuple. I like him.
Does this go across sports? So you can't.
No,
talk-
dude.
No,
just
just
on
in the NBA.
Okay. I was gonna say there's a lot of NFL whites.
NFL, you get
no,
more.
no.
NFL, you get way more.
Yeah, it's an NBA thing because
Sure.
us whites don't get to have too many heroes anymore.
That's fair. One of the whites is gonna get traded. Sam Hauser. He's the next white to get traded.
From where is he with the Celtics too?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
The next one.
Don't get me started on the stupid ass NBA and how they're babying and holding the hand of the Celtics. NBA is stupid.
Here, take my contract. Take this
Yeah,
contract.
hey, Porzingis is expired. Bring him to Atlanta. Let's help out. Let's help the Celtics get out from
Okay.
underneath this
What
shit.
the frank are the Hawks doing? Trading for Kristaps? They ain't like they're ready to win. They're gonna suck. He's gonna be hurt 40 games. What the fuck was that?
Yep.
Doing Boston a solid.
To me, I don't even care about what you think is going to happen on the 94 feet. Why help Boston? Boston is in a complete fire sale, and Portland's like, yay, you can bend us over.
Yeah, and Atlanta.
Atlanta's
too.
like, oh, y'all bending people over up there, Boston? We want to get bent over.
Y'all see this, right? Y'all are. I mean,
This is bullshit.
y'all see what goes on in this NBA, where there's 4. I've talked about these leech organizations: Atlanta,
New Orleans,
New Orleans,
Portland.
Portland. These are people that don't give any shit about winning a title. They're not chasing a championship. They're trying to make a lot of money, take advantage of the TV deals. They're the ones that hook up the marquee franchises. They'll move Kristaps as soon as they get the chance in Atlanta. This is the same organization that traded 3 #1 draft picks for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, DeJounte was a fine player, but he ain't worth no 3 first-round picks. There are so many dipshit organizations. The Clippers are one. You don't even, and not even the poor markets. Like the Clippers, hell, the Lakers are poor versus the Clippers as far as the money. Well, not now, but the buses were ghetto compared to Steve Ballmer.
Yep.
Yet he still ran the Clippers like he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Same bullshit. Hooking folks up, bringing in malcontents, putting dumbasses together. The NBA's just got 5 or 6 of these leech teams. Utah's another one. The Utah Jazz, they got this passionate fan base. They will trade for a white man if they have a chance to do so. But they are never going to win the championship in Utah. Never. They can't keep anybody that's good. They're not trying to win the championship in Utah. They should be kicked out of the fucking league. There should be relegation in the NBA like it's soccer overseas. But that's just this old man bitching. The Hawks are a leech organization. They always have been. I feel bad for anybody who's a Hawks fan. And they brought in Kristaps Porzingis, who's 35? And he has the body of a 65-year-old.
His relationships.
Nuts.
That's what I was trying to talk to you about,
Nuts.
Ace Bailey.
Nuts.
Clearly, Boston has some great relationships around the league. Ask Rob Pelinka about a great relationship.
No shit.
Yeah, that's bad ball.
Like who even calls Dallas to ask about Luka?
Hey man.
Only reason why you do that is because you have a great relationship with Nico Harrison.
Right.
Ace
Right.
Bailey, you need to hire me as your agent, man.
Right. About relationships. Who you know. You got to get hookups. We got them. Like If I have an issue on a roof, y'all know who I'm going to call. I'm going to call Russ. GC Roofing
GC.
and Construction.
What up, Russ?
Serving all of South Texas and Central Texas, too, from here to the Gulf Coast and back and yonder. GC Services Roofing. We're in the middle of storm season, and we're not out of the woods yet on these things. God forbid you get roof damage, but it's inevitable for some folks. And if you get roof damage and you think, well, it might be time to have this sucker fixed or patched or replaced, GC Roofing is your guy. And Lone Star Landlord Services will come in there and spray that love sauce after they get done with your roof and prolong the life of that thing by up to 10 to 15 years.
I honestly hope all y'all's roofs get torn off and y'all are safe, and then you got to call GC.
Make sure you've got good homeowners insurance, too.
Yeah, I want y'all to be safe, but I hope your roofs go to shit.
Here's Russ's number, 210-347-0426. Your roof get fucked up? Call Russ over at Lone Star and GC Services Roofing and Construction. They'll take care of you very good. All right, I mentioned the Lakers. I know this isn't on the run sheet, but did you see the article? They came out last Thursday, I want to say, on the Lakers. And the decision that, like, all the things that went on in the last several years that led to the buses to finally sell.
I missed this one.
So we talking about the Los Angeles Lakers here. I mean, I compared them to Steve Ballmer a minute ago and the Clippers. So I remember I was going to mention this on Friday and forgot, but the buses were out of money.
Luxury.
They could barely pay their guys. And like in this article, go back and read it if you have a chance. It's unbelievable. This is the marquee franchise. This goes to show you could be in LA, you could be the Lakers. They've won 11 titles since 1980?
Something crazy.
Something like that. They've had like 20 guys go to the Hall of Fame in the last 40 years, something insane like this. The faces,
40,000 for courtside.
The faces of the NBA, Magic and Kareem and those guys in the 80s, and then of course Kobe and Shaq and LeBron, now Luka. They were making assistants stay in other hotels because they didn't want to pay for the assistants to stay in the 5-star on the road. The Lakers. It's unbelievable. They were struggling. So Genie and the brothers didn't know what they were doing.
They know what they were doing, and then also you get caught up in this. It's funny. It's kind of like the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like we talk shit about the Portlands and the Atlantas and the Pelicans, but then you look at a team like the Lakers where you're trying to appease the fan base by like, hey, we're going to get the stars in here. And we'll just pay the luxury tax so y'all can keep
dumb money to see.
And then you got these other guys over here like, we ain't paying nobody. We're just going to turn a profit.
Yeah.
So like you got to try to fall somewhere in the middle. But when you're in LA and you're in New York, you feel like, damn, we got to go get stars because we're charging $40,000 for a courtside seat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how about this for irony? The Dallas Mavericks got roasted from here to Timbuktu for 3 months after the Luka trade. But it was after the Luka trade where Genie finally realizes, okay, let's go ahead and sell the thing. Because we don't know what we're doing. How are we going to come up with, and he's due for the Supermax.
Supermax, that's 60, 70 million
They got to pay Luka $350 million in his next contract. You can't let him go after trading for him.
That's why Dallas said we're out.
You have to find the money to pay him. So let's go ahead and let's sell now. And this guy is Mark Walter, the guy that owns the Dodgers and Chelsea.
Yeah,
he won't have any issues coming up with that. He won't.
He has real money.
He don't like the Lakers. They won't care about getting into that second apron in contracts. They don't give a shit. The Lakers were like they were operating a mansion on a shoestring budget. It was unbelievable to read that piece last week. It was crazy.
It's insane,
dude.
Super
insane.
And I probably still don't agree with the trade, Mike, but now that you read that article, you can kind of see what Dallas was thinking. Like, do we want to give one person $350 million?
And Dallas's owners are insane rich.
Right.
Make Genie Bus look like me.
Right.
Money-wise. Yeah. The NBA is going to have to do something, I think, in the future. Now, the TV deals are great, and they got a new one, but their model's not great. I jump on, New Orleans, Portland, even like the Clevelands of the world, Utah. these ne'er do wells. And watch, Orlando's acting like they want to be a contender. The NBA model and how they do their structure and the pay, this whole thing to try to keep guys with their one franchise,
because give them the Supermax where their only team can offer them. That was the model. Try to keep the guys there.
Yeah, but you could wind up hamstringing yourself though.
Ask Boston. They decided because when they paid, I don't remember who was first. Who was Tatum or Brown?
Tatum.
Okay, it was Tatum. I was like, okay, well then there's no way Brown gets 300, and they turn around and give Brown 300, and now you got to sell everything. Because how can you give two guys $600 million? The rest will be G League. So how do you maintain more than one star? Because we found out with Oklahoma, and Denver and Milwaukee, like the big three thing is dead. Now it's about spreading the money around amongst a really good team, Indiana, Oklahoma, spreading the money. And Oklahoma, those roosters about to come home to roost because Shea's up for $400 million because he's the MVP, first team All-NBA, won a title. Who knows what he's going to get? So now how do you pay Jalen Williams? And how do you pay Chet? And how do you pay Caruso? And how do you pay, So I get it, but you're right. You end up hamstringing yourself unless guys take less, but then those guys get the Players Association like, what are you doing? We fought for this. Why are you giving them a deal? Well, because I want to win. And I'm fine. Oh, sorry, I'm not getting $70 million. I'm getting 45. I mean, 70 is better. I'm a capitalist. But if you want to play with guys that you really enjoy in Oklahoma, those guys, that's probably the best team chemistry I've seen in a decade. You have to take less.
This model is about to break.
It's already Mike. It's fractured.
It's fractured big time.
It's already fractured.
When the Lakers can't afford to have their team anymore and they sell, I mean, like the Genie buses, the old school money is now being priced out of the NBA.
If Genie bus is broke, the model's broken.
Correct. It's just not sustainable. And I know
she ain't broke no more. But you got what I'm saying.
She's cashed out now.
Smart.
This guy, Steve Walter, and you go back to that article, there were anonymous people that worked for the Lakers. They were like, thank God this happened. Now we can actually operate. We can actually operate like an actual NBA team now. It's insane.
Yeah.
They were Oakland A's money trying to run the LA Lakers, and she couldn't make that sustain. Old school rich people are now being priced out by the uber billionaires that are the only ones that can afford to go into the luxury tax.
Yeah.
The problem is, and it's insane. Devin Vassell is going to make $30 million.
No, he already does.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
He's a rando player who half of y'all want traded today.
Tony never made $30 million.
No, what do we do?
I don't even know if Tim made 30.
You can't pay
30.
Devin Vassell the same that you're paying Mbappe and PSG. That's insane. He's a rando starter in the league. He's making $30 million.
Kyrie Irving's about to get 40 coming off an ACL.
And Kyrie deserves it. But
3 years, 119.
This is a busted model. And the reply is, well, all these are fucking billionaire owners, and they make a lot of money. But they have a salary cap. And you're punished 3 times over if you go over the salary cap. The answer is to get rid of the salary cap. But the NBA don't want to do that because they know 10 of their franchises will go bust. And I say good riddance to their fucking
Me
ass.
too. I don't think it should be
salary
a salary cap.
caps are terrible. They maybe not were terrible 20 years ago or 30 years ago when they first came out with them. But now they're over-punishing for going over the salary cap where Jeannie Buss can no longer afford to own the Lakers.
Right.
That's not sustainable. That's going to bust in the next 10 years. The league's got to figure this out. The NBA's got to figure this out. These kids make way too much damn money. Well, the owners make $1 billion. But if they go over the luxury tax 2 times or 3 times, they can't afford that. Even the billionaires. It's insane. Not that Jeannie was a billionaire. What was she worth? Probably $500 million, something like that. Unbelievable.
And yet, Gene, you make a good point. The NFL can do that because every game gets 20 million views. So their endorsement money is astronomical because of gambling and because of fantasy, which I know are the same thing. But they're playing in a different world. So they have a hard cap because there's reasonings behind that. But NFL, let's just put them over there.
Right. And the NFL also has a great deal with its union. They can just shit on anybody they want.
Yeah, because
They run the union's ass.
Yeah, because player 23 through 53 in the NFL can't afford to sit out.
Right.
So every time they try to play hardball, you got guys 23 through 53 like, I got bills, motherfather. I'm on special teams. Sign the contract. And then they get a shitty deal and the owners run it.
I shouldn't be so harsh. I meant they don't run their ass. They run their cheeks.
Yes, run their cheeks.
As Bouquet would say. All right, let's get violent up in here. It's time to do some punching on In the Building.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
Keldon Johnson make $20 million this year?
Keldon signed 4 years, $80 million.
That's ridiculous. He's a spare. That's stupid.
Like, that's what CeeDee Lamb makes.
You want to pay Keldon Johnson you want to give Keldon Johnson as much money as CeeDee Lamb? Get rid of the salary cap already and just have 20 fucking teams in your league. Yeah. Who you punching?
I'm punching the idiot that didn't steal a pair of Versace glasses, didn't steal a pair of Gucci glasses, stole a pair of Ray-Ban glasses. Ray-Ban ain't cheap. It's about $100, $200.
Okay.
Not cheap. In the Galleria Mall in Houston.
Okay.
Running from the cops. And instead of just being like, yo, give myself up, it's just a $100 pair of Ray-Bans. This idiot jumps from the second floor down onto the ice skating rink in the Galleria, breaks both legs, motionless, pulls his phone out while he's motionless on the ice. He's like motionless, one leg this way, one leg that way, and he's on his phone. I'm just like, bro, it was a $100 pair of Ray-Bans. You probably never gonna walk again over a pair of Ray-Bans. He's laying in the middle of the Galleria Mall in Houston with both legs spread out this way on his phone over a $100 pair of Ray-Bans. Like, that's got to be shit that you think about when you're 50 and you can't walk. And you're just like, what the was I thinking? Like, that's dog, you do know in movies when they jump off of second floors and then they roll onto the ground and it's a stunt. That it's not real. Like, did he think that he was going to land softly, roll, and get away?
On ice.
On ice. It wasn't even grass.
That makes it so much worse.
Punch that asshole. Like, and what's crazy, like, I don't know how he wasn't, like, he had the wherewithal. He pulls his phone out, Mike. I literally laying on the ice like this. I'm just like, where am I, man? Are we in hell?
No,
Are we in hell? This got to be hell.
The internet has exposed humans for what they are.
Idiots.
A bunch of rando beings that at some point robots or aliens are just going to come and wipe out. I've always known humans were dumb. I mean, this has been written in books. My 9 out of 10 theory. That 9 out of every 10 human beings out there on that street are dumb.
9 out of 10, Mike?
Are not worth my time. They're either they're dumb, they're weird, they're shallow.
So 90% of the world is dumb.
90% of the human population sucks.
Damn, that's I would go 63.
Not our people.
I would go 63.
Some of y'all suck, but not 90%. Maybe it's 60-40. Bill Burr had a great theory. Let's just start bombing cruise ships. Slowly, just methodical. Every once in a while, send an F-16 out and sink a cruise ship.
Natural selection.
Because there's too many people. That's also a problem. We have too many fucking people.
That's why they won't go into the vault and give
they
us
all
the
have and they all get an outlet.
Yeah, and they won't. That's why they won't go into the vault and give us the cancer cure, because it's population control. We need people to die.
Well, then quit treating it and let them die. No, Bill Burr was saying, you start randomly bombing cruise ships, you take out 2,500 people at a pop, you'll start to slowly see the world get better. It just will, because there'll be less assholes
that jump from the second floor for a $100 pair of Ray-Bans. No, it wasn't even Gucci. I'm gonna break both of my legs for a $100 pair of shades. What an asshole!
Not bad.
An asshole!
I've got a punch for you.
Who?
Go for it.
I'd like to punch NFLPA personnel man J.C. Treader for withholding a documented case of collusion from the NFL players that the owners were hiding as well, because J.C. Treader called Russell Wilson many expletives, including a wuss, for not getting complete guaranteed money on his deal. This is going to be the new NFL scandal that's going to come out here in the next few days.
You see, and that's funny you bring that up because that's what I was just saying would happen in the NBA. Because the NBA PA has fought so hard for the Supermax and all this, if Shea Gilgeous says, no, I don't want 76, the PA is going to be all over.
Yep, and
Tough shit. Fuck
And-
the PA.
this guy, basically the owners they subpoenaed the owners for all this stuff. There's a bunch of text messages out now, like the
I'll
Cardinals.
be paying attention to this.
The Cardinals owner texting the Chargers owner and being like, we got a great deal on Kyler Murray. We did all these incentives. We kept the guaranteed money down. And the Chargers owner being like, hey, thanks, man. This is going to help us out on our next
That is
quarterback
collusion.
deal. Yeah, and all this stuff. So, and this was already settled. It got thrown out because J.C. Treader texted fucking DeMaurice Smith saying that Russell Wilson's a dumb idiot for not getting guaranteed money. And basically the owner said, well, this guy right here said that it's his fault for not getting the guaranteed money. We are not colluding. And
Good point.
and that is how the owners got out of it, and he fucked it up, and he had this whole thing going on. So punch that guy for being an asshole and fucking over all the NFL players.
All right. For the second time this year, I'm going to do something and punch somebody I never thought I would punch once, and here's the second time.
Oh, boy.
I want to punch the great Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn, what'd he do now?
Rudy and I are hanging out yesterday over at Slackers, and I look up and I see Aaron fucking Rodgers doing his weekly hit with homeboy up in Indianapolis. What the hell's his
McAfee.
name? Pat. And we literally tune in to hear Rodgers tell Pat, yeah, it's probably my last year for
That's
sure.
why I only
this year."
signed 1 year. Yeah.
What are the Pittsburgh Steelers doing? You know, and I'm a fan. So if I'm going to come on here and bash Atlanta for trading for Kristaps Porzingis, knowing that they have no shot to win the title, that's not a guy you bring in if you think you're going to win. That's not a guy you bring in if you're far from winning a championship. Because Kristaps could help, like the Spurs. I think he could.
Denver.
Not Atlanta.
Somebody close.
What is the great Mike Tomlin doing, not putting his foot down and telling the Steelers, I don't want to waste a year with Aaron Rodgers? And not only that, we let Rodgers dictate the entire offseason and sign when he decides to. That ain't Pittsburgh Steelers football. They've crossed the threshold they may not be able to get back to. All that we're the Steelers shit. What does that tell your locker room?
This is
I'm
what
so
I'll
disappointed.
This is what I'll say, Mike. Because I've seen him keep teams above 500 with shit. I'm trying to find something nice to say because I like Tomlin a lot, even
I
though
love Mike.
I think it's time for him to pull the Rick Carlisle, go somewhere else and make somebody else into a contender. But maybe in their mind, they're like, hey, this is our chance. I don't think Aaron is what he is anymore, but maybe they feel like with good protection, good running game, their defense, Mike Tomlin, they finally get over the hump again. I'm just trying to find the positivity in this.
Off an Achilles, he was horrible last year.
Yeah, he was bad. The
No,
Jets suck, though.
The Jets suck. Ow. Russ had a good year for them, but honestly, even if Rodgers is like, even if he's just like,
Let's say he's a little bit
let's say
above
he's
average.
serviceable, he's just an asshole. And
Yeah,
what are
we don't
doing?
like him. We just don't like him.
He's not going to fire up that room. He's a dick.
Not a leader of men.
No, he's not a leader of men. Great way to say that. All right. Orlando Kell.
Is a leader of men.
Boy, I tell you, he has led a lot of men having hard times into courtrooms and help big time. I've been using this analogy. I'm going to stick with it a little bit longer. I love it. He's Walter White by day. He's Heisenberg in the courtroom. Orlando Kell, that's our guy, the official family lawyer of In the Building. If you need a family lawyer, divorce, adoption, maybe you're changing an old divorce decree, circumstances change, whatever it is, family law, that's what Orlando does. 210-775-4995. You can email him to orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, speaking of you and me over at Slackers,
You got that video,
you
Jose?
got that commercial?
You guys didn't send it to me, right?
Yeah, I did, so never mind. Just
Load
put
that
up,
give me
bad
2
boy.
seconds.
put up
I
the
want to
thing.
brag about. I want to load that bad boy.
Oh, 10.
Here's
Okay, that
another
makes sense.
example of the NBA's model.
What's up?
Everyone's ripping on Josh Kroenke, the president of the Denver Nuggets.
I knew what he meant People,
I do too.
the internet clickbaited it, but I know what he was saying.
But
It actually brings back to what we talked about the whole show.
Yes, the model.
Right. Go ahead.
Josh Kroenke,
Set it up.
the son of the great Stan Kroenke. You know,
He's the president of operations.
Josh knows what he's doing. He's no nepo asshole. He's earned that job, like Mr. Holt has, by the way. I'm impressed with young Pete, little Pete J. Holt.
I appreciated Pete doing a media blitz.
Me too, I do.
I can appreciate that.
Josh Kroenke talked about this yesterday and got blasted, saying, "Look, at some point, we're going to have to offer Nikola Jokic, Joker, an extension. He may say no, and if he does, it's possible we'd have to trade Joker."
He said it's something I don't even want to think about. He said
Yeah.
with our injuries. He also brought up our injuries
because you got to the future.
You got to think about they paid Porter, they paid Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They paid Gordon,
mm-hmm.
and then now you got a $350 million deal. You're gonna have to give the Joker. He's like, I don't want to get to a point where we have all these injuries and I have to think about the thing I never want to have to think about.
Yeah,
is trading number 15. And everybody took that like, oh, they're thinking about trading him. No,
what
he's
a dumbass.
This is what happens. See, this is why guys stop talking to us, Mike.
I know. And fans want honesty, and you get it, and you get pissed anyway.
And then you get pissed, and then you start twisting words and like, you know what? I just won't talk to you, mother fathers.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, blow up a cruise ship.
Thank you. Oh, I talked you into it. Every 10 cruise ships, one out of every 10.
Yeah.
Randomly selected when you start sinking cruise ships.
Because I know what he meant. He didn't say he's not thinking about trading, but he's saying like if it gets to a point where everybody's hurt and I'm overpaying guys, I might become to a point where I have to pull a Dallas and trade my Supermax.
You made the league you put the league into a position where where teams can pay their own guys more than they can make in free agency, but you've also made it to where those teams can't afford to do it anyway.
Right. Because
everyone's being priced out. When the Lakers and the Celtics get sold in the same year, you got issues.
Shit, you're right.
You got issues.
You're right.
This is like the Cowboys and the Steelers being sold in the same year.
I need Bezos to buy like 3 teams so we don't have to worry about this.
Dude. I mean, and Minnesota got traded for undervalue. So all the stats say that the Timberwolves are worth about $3.5 billion. A-Rod and his guys, they got him for 1.5. They just wanted to get the owners in Minnesota just wanted to get all that red tape off their lives.
Yeah.
They're stressed out. So here, A-Rod, you take it. Have fun trying to be an owner in the NBA. It's fucking hard. The NBA's got model issues. I don't pretend to be some data analyst or money man issue, but I can read tea leaves. The NBA's got issues with its model for sure. All right, we got a big old party coming down tomorrow night. Run that commercial. Yo, 13 years is a long time.
13 years, baby. I mean, a lot's happened.
What year was that?
That was 2012.
Oh, my twins were born in 2012.
My youngest wasn't even born. My teenager was, 5, 4.
Yeah.
The Spurs were still good.
That was 2 years before the Spurs won their last championship in 2014.
Right. The Cowboys still suck.
Some
of y'all probably met your spouse here.
For sure. And there may be babies conceived in the parking lot.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And you may have met somebody you can't fucking stand anymore. And you pray you don't see him when you come to Slackers on Thursday.
Yeah, you may have met which is now your ex-wife here. But most of the memories here are good.
Great memories here. Congratulations to Slackers on 13 years. Mike and I will be here Thursday. Come hang out, shoot the breeze, get some content, do what we do, man.
Meet your future ex-wife.
Meet your future ex-wife. And this is the Rector location. I call it the North Star location.
It's behind North Star Mall right here on Rector. It's because Rector makes him giggle, saying Rector.
Rector, Rectum.
Right on Rector behind Lone Star. You see, you got me throwing off. North Star Mall.
Yeah.
We'll be here Thursday night celebrating their 13th birthday. Sauce.
Vendors, drinks, games, prizes. You know what Slackers party. You ain't slacking, lackers.
See y'all Thursday. Tomorrow, if you're watching our show live. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow, 26?
6.
All right. Slackers having a 13th birthday party. Definitely going to come by for a little bit and have a couple of brews. Celebrate with the guys at Slackers.
I'll probably throw you on my Facebook Live for a little bit.
What time are you going to start that?
I'll let you know.
Let me know. It is Slackers, the official sports bar in the building. 5 locations, but we're highlighting the one by North Star Mall in San Antonio this week because of their 13th birthday coming up. Thank you to the boys at Slackers. All right, you want to listen to us? The audio version of our show. I get a lot of y'all would rather listen because you're in the car or whatever. It's part of the Believe Podcast Network. You can listen to us every day on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all of the majors, wherever you get your podcast. Want to partner with us and become a partner? Have me and Rudy go out and make videos at your establishment? Hit us up. Me and Rudy are available to talk. We are also the vice presidents of sales here at LoveYouHardTV.com
No
and LLC too as well. So mention, just get a hold of one of the two of us, and let's talk about partnering up. When is James Harden going to retire?
Look,
He's 35.
It'll be a while, bro. All these guys are gonna play.
I am ready for him to quit.
I'm no
tired
James
of
Harden
this.
fan, but I also know when I not
calling bullshit?
I'm not calling bullshit. I'm not saying the young lady's lying, but I just like to go after James. So
It was at his house.
So to set it up, young
Right.
lady, I guess she got too drunk, passes out. Allegedly, James Harden's nephew decided to have sex with this young lady while she's unconscious. And she's going after criminal charges, but she's going after James Harden's pocketbook and his security. She said his security was negligent. So then that's why she's going to sue James Harden, who James may have not even been in the same vicinity, but she's going after him because of his security's negligence instead of just trying to get the nephew put in jail if he did this.
Yeah, she acts like, no, James knew this happened, and he just...
The only thing I respect about it is she's going criminal as well. She didn't go just straight civil. I can appreciate that. In the world we live in,
Yeah.
I can appreciate her going after.
Yeah, they all met at a strip club. These women were out at a strip club. This is what they wrote in the case. Who knows what's true. Met James and his buddies, and they all got invited to go back to the house. And then this girl gets drugged, which is always the weird thing. She probably gonna fuck you anyway. She went to your house. Why do you now need to drug her? Allegedly. It's just, and I said this earlier this year. James has been out of the negative news the last couple of years. He's just kind of if you can disappear in Los Angeles, he has with the Clippers.
Yeah, he does. He's way more after the Chloe thing. He was weirded out by the attention. He's been he's been under the radar since he stopped dating Chloe.
Yeah,
he hated that. It's crazy. Yeah. This is what I would say too. Who's the little light skinned British dude that's on TV? Noah, what's his name?
Wiley.
No,
wait. Noah. Oh, you mean he's South African?
Yeah, South African.
Yeah, Noah. He used to do the Daily Show.
Yeah, I heard him on a show say,
Trevor
Noah.
Trevor Noah.
I heard him on a show. He was saying like, hey, we went out to dinner with this young lady, had a few drinks. She says, let's go back to your place. Yeah. Trevor says, okay, cool. So he says they get there, and all of a sudden she's like, whoa, I think I've had too much to drink. Trevor said he got her an Uber so fast. Immediately, because now it's to the point where, like, even if we're all drinking together, if she's past the point of being coherent, you got to kick her out. Even though we're getting drunk together and we're both drunk, like at that point it turns into, even though it's consensual, it turns into date rape. It's a fine line, right?
Yep.
So, and I'm not saying, look, Harden's nephew may have, knowingly sexually assaulted an unconscious person, but if we're both just drunk and we end up having sex, it's just like, damn, like at this point, like you don't drink nothing, don't smoke nothing, don't take nothing if you want to sleep in my house.
I agree. We're to the point now where even if you're not famous, if you have money, don't.
Trevor said he couldn't call the Uber fast enough.
Drunken one night stands, you just part of your. So here's
that's over. That era is over.
It's got to stop.
It's over. There's no more one night stands.
No, not if you got money.
Not if you've been drinking.
No, correct. Yeah, if y'all are sober, that's one thing. But even then,
and he said Trevor was like, she was all offended. He's like, yo, you just said you've had too much to drink. Get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate it got to be like this, sweetie, but you got to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
End up on trial.
If I were single and rich, not even necessarily
Yeah.
And I walk into this bar, we're slackers, and some girl's hitting up on me and she's drunk. Nope.
No, sir.
Nope.
I'm not, absolutely not.
Wait 3 days, come over to the house in the middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday when you're sober. If you still want to have sex with me, that's great. We can do that.
And it's crazy. It's got to be like that.
Problem is, it's hard for guys to turn it down when it's in your face.
You rock hard.
Well, there's the cost of being rich.
Yeah.
Let the poor guys have all.
And now they'll get your ass for 20 years later. You'll be on trial for shit that happened 10 years ago.
I know.
No. So we'll see how this Harden thing plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. What else today? I'm gonna segue into something local here. We 3 weeks ago, a lot of people in this town got very upset because they found out that Jonathan Joss got killed.
Yeah.
Got shot by an old neighbor. The guy that played John Redcorn on King of the Hill, he played Chief Ken Hotate on Parks and Recs, and he was killed by a neighbor of his in South San Antonio last month or whenever it was.
Now, didn't they say he had caused disturbances like over 40 times?
Well, and of course,
allegedly or whatever.
All the city sees is, oh no, the guy that played John Redcorn got killed.
Murdered.
That sucks. Put the son of a bitch in jail that shot him.
Yeah.
Jonathan Joss's husband claims it was a hate crime. Chief McManus said there's absolutely zero evidence that it was a hate crime because he was gay or bisexual, whatever. The stuff that's come out about Jonathan Joss since he got killed, have you seen some of the videos?
No.
So for weeks, he kept going over there because his house burned down earlier this year.
Okay.
He wasn't even living in the house anymore. So he claimed that...
And the dog died.
The dog got killed in the fire. And for whatever, I guess they couldn't find the dog's body. Jonathan Joss claims, no proof, not that I'm aware of, that one of the neighbors went over there, found the dog's carcass, posted the dog's head up on a porch. And Joss saw that and became enraged.
I pray that ain't true. Good Lord, that's awful.
It can't be true. I don't believe that.
Me neither.
Picture it didn't happen. But hell, in this day and age, video. Shit, even video now with AI.
Yeah.
But several neighbors now have gone to the police in defense of the guy that shot John, saying that Jonathan was a menace. We all were scared to death because he didn't live here anymore because the house burned down, but he kept coming around and he'd walk up and down the street screaming at people like a schizo. The Express News yesterday had a couple of videos that neighbors had taken. This is months ago. Jonathan would just walk up to a neighbor that was maybe in his yard and try to pick a fight with him and scream at him, pull like swords out and shit.
Ethelwolf said he had a
was
pitchfork.
Acting crazy.
He had a pitchfork.
At one point,
I'm sorry for
in
laughing.
one video,
that's not cool.
Jonathan Joss was walking up and down the street screaming at people, holding a pitchfork. So I'm not saying that the guy that shot him was justified, but that was not no murder. This guy might go to prison, but there ain't no way he's going to prison for life.
He probably gonna get. In Texas, you can stand your ground, man. I'm surprised if there's video of him really doing these things. I'm surprised it took that long for someone to shoot him. In Texas, In Texas, you what you say? Bam.
Well,
Texas, we shoot you for no reason, let alone if you walking around my street with a pitchfork. Mm-hmm. I've been on my block for 20 years. I know a few of my neighbors. If a dude was walking up and down our block for weeks with swords and pitchforks, he'd been dead.
SAPD got called to that street. Little string. It's Dewey Street, I want to say. It's a little bitty street on the far south
Not
side.
by me.
SAPD got called in the last year 70 times.
Yeah, see.
Over John down there causing trouble.
Old boy gonna walk. And it's unfortunate this man lost his life. I'm gonna be real.
A whack job.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Well, Jonathan
clearly he's not right mentally.
Jonathan was clearly nuts.
Yeah, he wasn't right mentally. And that's the unfortunate part.
Doesn't matter. That's unfortunate, but it's too bad. You cannot walk down the street
with a
fucking pitchfork. No.
Damn.
Screaming at folks. He was nuts, and he was young. I made movies. I made movies.
Are you serious?
Get the fuck off my lawn, asshole. Give a shit if you were in Gone with the Wind.
It's a good movie.
Oh man, I stopped laughing, Rudy. Someone's dead. We're so numb to death. Does that disturb you about yourself?
No.
I'm bothered by how quick I can move on from someone dying in like a news. Like
Well,
3 dead, and I just like, babe, what are you thinking we should eat this weekend? And I'm just like, holy shit,
no.
Rudy! Like 3 people just died, and you don't give a shit.
Hell, mass shootings have been moved to the third page of the paper now. I mean, we're just completely over it.
I will say, I think the moment that happened was old Sandy Hook. But the thing I'm more worried about is being more desensitized to boobs than deaths.
Yes, that's strange.
Are you bringing it back to boobs?
My
after
mom's boobs.
After the start that you had today, is this your way of telling us you would like to go home? Because
no.
We're rolling here, and we're gonna go back to your mom's titties.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to her. God almighty.
I hope she never sees this.
All right.
Miss Bouquet, I apologize.
I'm not.
I have nothing to do with this.
She's never watched anything I do. Don't worry.
Clearly. So, I'm saying let the case play out with Jonathan Jones.
Yeah, sure.
See what happened. Maybe the guy should go to prison. But, boy, if I'm a juror and I see that video, I'm going to give this dude some latitude here. The guy that shot him.
You gonna buy him a beer?
I'm not going to buy him a beer, but I might vote not guilty to murder.
Yeah, same.
You know? Now, that don't mean he was justified in killing the guy. You know? I'm not that desensitized to shooting. You can't just, you pissed me off. Boom. Fuck you. You got to go to prison. But I'm going to give this, if I'm a juror, I want to know every detail about Jonathan's behavior.
Yeah.
Before you ask me to convict this man on cold-blooded murder. All right. I don't want to murder this person, but scissor kick the son of a bitch in Chicago who heckled Diamondback shortstop Ketel Marte last night. Did you see this? Dude.
Yeah.
All right. Ketel Marte is a veteran shortstop, plays for Arizona. They're playing the White Sox last night.
What
in
is he,
South
Dominican,
Chicago.
Venezuelan?
Dominican.
Okay.
Ketel Marte.
That's like always comes back to racism.
His mama got killed. His mama got killed in the Dominican Republic in 2017 in a car wreck. So 8 years ago, been a long time. Some fuckhead in the bleachers said something to Marte last night with an earshot about his mom. Marte didn't do anything, but the Diamondbacks go onto the field. Marte's out there. They were doing a pitching change, and Marte takes a knee over behind the mound and just puts his head down and starts bawling. And Torey Lovullo, the manager of the Diamondbacks, is like, oh, timeout. And runs out to check on Ketel. He's like, that guy said something about my mom.
I wouldn't have played until they removed him.
Shit.
I would.
He
if I was
removed.
Okay, I was gonna say if I was the Diamondbacks, we're not playing until you kick that asshole
And today, the White Sox have announced the guy's been banned for life from, I still call it Comiskey Park. What do they play?
The White Sox?
Yeah. What's the name of the White Sox stadium?
It's just Rate Field. It used to be Guaranteed Rate Field, but now just Rate.
In the 90s, when things made sense, it was Comiskey. So that's what I call it.
Shout out to Hawk Harrelson.
Shout out to the great Hawk Harrelson.
Who does that? Like, what?
22-year-old kid that said this to Ketel Marte. Y'all agree the kid should be banned for life?
Yeah. Now with AI, you can really be banned. Like when they used to ban people for life in the 90s, I'm like, how do y'all know if that guy's coming
Yeah, you
back?
just put up a poster of his face.
But now with the technology we have,
he's
really banned for life. What an asshole!
Yeah, that's awful. Even though it's been 8 years, still, come on, man.
Yeah, someone that had money
that's
on the
European
White Sox,
soccer shit.
Yeah, and
That's
what I don't think. Like
LeBron
LeBron and them, like I always say that. Like I watched that David Beckham special on Netflix, and I was like, LeBron and Dak, y'all have it, and it's
Easy.
crazy as it sounds. Y'all have it easy compared to soccer players in Europe.
Yep.
They talk about your mama.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole like David Beckham.
Kids.
Like it's crazy what they do up
Ex-wives.
there. Yeah, like y'all. LeBron bitching like, man, the media just made it. It's all about narratives and go be messy for a week
Oh shit.
in his heyday.
Yeah,
Maybe
British
that's why he
media.
decided to play in Miami to get
go
away
be
from the
go
crazy.
be Ronaldo for a week in his heyday.
Yeah, British media don't fuck around either. The tabloids, they dig deep.
Yeah, and there's no like trying to
it's
save
over the top.
They ain't trying to save a relationship. Like Wendy might know some shit. Be like, yo, I got a good relationship with that guy. I'm not releasing that. Europe, that shit's coming out.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's awful.
It's bad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, fuck that kid in Chicago last
Yeah.
night. He's 22. So, you know what? You're never going to a White Sox game
But
again.
see, that's what I'm saying,
Learn,
man.
though.
Like,
Learn. Develop as a person.
He should have to give my man 5 minutes. That should be his punishment.
Whoa.
5 minutes in the bathroom.
Give us 5 minutes. Like, that's the problem. Nobody gets their ass kicked anymore. Like, I've gotten my ass kicked. You get your ass kicked, you learn, like, okay, you know what? In that last situation, I got my ass kicked. So let me think about what I'm saying.
Well, no one can fight. That's we all have guns.
Yeah,
No one knows how to fight anymore.
My man deserves 5 minutes with him, and he'll cut. That's the type of shit. Getting your ass kicked changes your perspective on life. Nobody gets their ass kicked anymore, man.
Mhm.
I can't confirm. I've never got my ass kicked, so maybe I wouldn't.
How many fights have you had, Jose?
None.
Holy shit.
I've got little fucking pillows on these fists.
Bro, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked.
Yeah, you guys gonna ask? You guys ever do?
Society?
We're cooked. My
That's
6-year-old,
fine.
my 6-year-old has no chance.
I'm prepared for AI to take us over. I'm prepared for the reign of President Bezos here in the next couple of 3
No
years. I'm fine with it. I'm fine.
You've come to peace with it, Mike.
I'm okay if the Chinese take over. Not those fucking Russians. I don't want them.
No, not
but if
them.
China takes us over, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as they know that I'm never going to be able to learn Mandarin. You know,
Well,
it is what it is.
if you live in a certain place for like 5 years, they expect you to learn the language immediately, Mike. So you might be SOL.
Or they what? Execute me?
They'll deport you. They'll deport you here.
To where? I'm from here.
Well, no, that's the thing. Even if you're from here, they'll deport
I'll
you.
get sent to that camp, that Uyghurs camp out in far
Yep.
West China.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, in the meantime, not everything is bad in this country. Not everything is bad in this state. Hell, I agreed with Governor Abbott yesterday. I was
What?
so excited when he
Oh,
vetoed
the THC.
ban.
Okay.
And then I read where the state of Texas now has also lowered school taxes.
I know. Now I am with Abbott on this property tax thing. He's trying to work out some of the property taxes. I'm
Yep.
so over that.
Yep.
Abbott, roll your ass in that
Yeah.
courtroom and figure that shit out. I
Which
need
is
some help.
Which is another reason, because of that, and guys like Jay Ribaldo, not to fear buying a home. More good news for Texas home buyers this week. The state's lowering property taxes through the school tax setup.
Thank you, Jesus.
Another reason to hit Jay Ribaldo up. It's never been easier to qualify for a home. Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate man of In the Building, is ready to take over and be your quarterback in your house buying journey. Call Jay. He is the bomb. Mansions, single family homes, commercial property. You want to buy just something and flip it or sell it again? Fine. Want to buy something and rent it out? No problem. Land, Jay does it all. It's Jay Ribaldo, 210-887-1081. You can email him at jribaldo@kw.com. Check out all of Jay's stuff at ribaldo.com. Ribaldo.com. All right, I want to run something else by you today. Remember we did the Casey Plum story last week?
You text me this. You feel me? Yeah, fill me in on what. Yeah, tell me why you had a change of heart.
I don't know if I'm thinking about, maybe not. I'm not going to maybe it's more gray matter than black and white. So last week, Kelsey Plum?
Yeah,
who does she play for?
Kelsey. She plays for the Sparks now.
Okay.
She won 2 rings with Becky. Now her and Becky hate each other, so they traded her to the Sparks.
Okay.
Is she the last Spark?
Becky ran her off, right?
Yeah.
They didn't get along after something. Remember, she married the tight end from the Giants, / Raiders that
Waller.
retired, Waller.
Yeah.
They were married, lasted like 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
He probably had 17 hoes, and now she's a
Wow.
Spark.
Is she
He
the last silver
probably
star?
had 17
Yes.
hoes.
Yeah, she's the last silver star in the league. So, and yes, Rudy's right about that.
She's the one that was at
Plum
the
got drafted by
You
the
remember-
Silver Stars?
Hey, yeah, you remember you
Okay.
remember the viral video of the young lady that threw the T-shirt to like the 3rd deck at the AT&T Center?
Yeah.
That was her.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
She's a fucking badass. She's a fucking
No, she's
super,
great.
She's a fucking super
She's been in the
athlete.
league long time.
Super athlete.
So last week, we got on her ass, and I used it.
I punched her.
I used it as a symposium on how the WNBA needs to get their shit together if they
Right.
want to be treated like celebrities. Get ready for it. Tough shit. People are going to ask you for autographs. There's a video, and I actually saw the video this morning, which is why I'm like, well, and I read some context. Last week, Kelsey Plum made it real awkward for these 2 guys who asked her for her autograph out front of the team hotel. She's like, wait, how long have you guys been here? Guys, this is weird that y'all would sit out in front of a hotel waiting to get my
2
autograph.
whole people.
Right. She's like, I'll sign one, but that's it. And she got real weird and like didn't want the attention.
Snooty.
All right, I read some context. And
Okay.
I actually saw the video this morning too for the first time. So what had happened, the reason why she got a little creeped out is because the Sparks had to change their hotels for whatever reason. And so the team, they were in one hotel and they're like, yeah, we're going to switch hotels. I'm not even sure why. No problem. And so they go to the second hotel. And it was out front of the second hotel that she saw the 2 guys that were waiting on her for an autograph.
Oh, so she was kind of
She's like, hey, how did y'all even know we switched hotels unless you're just fucking stalking me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I kind of loosened.
It's like,
I might take my punch back.
well, I may not take it back, but maybe because I mean, a lot of these girls have come off as entitled recently. You finally get some attention, and now you get criticized, and now you're triggered and all this kind of thing. But in this case, I think she was just creeped out. Like,
How did y'all know?
How did you know I switched hotels? You're following me all over the city. And
That's fair.
the guy that asked for the autograph has his own business where he flips all these cards and sells them online, which I don't have any problem
I don't
with.
either.
I don't have
I'm
any
okay
problem
with that. Like, I'm okay with that.
Me too. You know, there for a while, you know, athletes have always bashed people. Well, I don't want to sign autographs because they just turn around and sell them.
Yeah, like
Well,
if
so
you
do
get,
y'all.
Like, don't give me a blue marker. Like, there's only certain markers that these players will use because it's like less money. It's strange now. The athletes don't want you making money off
There
their
ain't nothing wrong
of their
with
NIL.
selling an autograph.
And not only that, Mike, keep in mind, like, let's say I'm the guy that runs around chasing these guys.
Yeah.
I probably get 2 out of 20.
Yeah.
It's not like every night they land the shark.
Right.
They get told no way more than they get told yes.
Right. And I always thought, look, I've never been an autograph guy, you know, but I've never, like I had a buddy in high school. He would dig through dumpsters.
No
He'd
shit.
wait outside at hotels till 1:30 in the morning.
For what?
Autographs from ball
And
players.
sell them? Or was he just
Yeah,
in
he
it?
sold us. He sold
Yeah.
a few, but he was a high school kid. He'd sell them for $20, but
Yeah.
he just loved collecting. I remember his name was, I don't want to give his name.
Yeah, I don't give his name.
Let's just go with Purified Drinking Water. Me and Purified Drinking Water went to the Rangers game against the Yankees one year. It was 1989-90. Dion was a Yankee. This kid made my ass wait outside of the hotel where the Yankees were staying until 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to. He was driving. And I just thought, this is weird. For me personally.
Even at 12, you knew this was weird. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
My high school girlfriend's mother followed the new kids on the block to 4 different cities around the country, going to 4 different concerts, which was fine. But
Was she trying to get laid?
Yeah, of course.
Got you.
Would try to find out what hotels the new kids in the block were staying at. Actually talked her way into a hotel room that the new kids on the block had been in. Found some, no bullshit, some pizza crusts in the trash can in the hotel room. This woman took the pizza crust
Stuck it up
out
her
of the
pizza.
trash can. I don't know if she stuck it up her own pizza. The last time I saw her, she had put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in her freezer to keep as a souvenir.
Yo, they had a run.
Pizza
Yo,
crust.
they had a run, Mike. You remember our junior high, early high school for you? New kids were the...
I get it, but are you going to
But
keep
no.
pizza crust?
No, I'm not doing that.
What's your weirdest thing of memorabilia you guys have?
Hang on, I will answer that. I ain't put. You wouldn't go into a hotel and get
No.
Kobe's pizza crust. I'm not saving Eddie Vedder's pizza crust.
No, I'm a groupie when it comes to Kobe and JC, but I'm not
You're
doing
not
that.
saving
I'm not doing
pizza
that.
crust.
Who's JC?
Jay-Z.
Stop.
Oh,
You ain't saving pizza crust.
No.
So there's some weird ass MFers in this world, and
So you kind of understand where Kelsey was coming
Plum was, and maybe she's off base, and maybe she overreacted, but I could see where she was a little bit creeped out.
from. Yeah.
It wasn't that she was being asked for an autograph. She was creeped out that these
How
dudes.
the hell did y'all
how'd
get
you
here?
know? Because we didn't tell anybody that we switched hotels.
Because of you people.
You are stalking me.
Yeah.
She was creeped out. And maybe she's off base. But in this case, I can see where she might be a little bit creeped out.
Yes, Kevin Harrison. New Edition is New Kids on the Block. So, of course, they're greater. They all copied New Edition.
That's not the point I'm making.
No, I know. I
My
just want, I love New Edition.
Crazy about it.
She's cool.
It's crazy.
That's what all of them were doing.
That's
NKOTB was a monster.
Yeah. Again, this is why you can't have one night stands, rich celebrities with people you don't know,
because they
especially
keep
if y'all been drinking.
Well, remember, maybe a year ago, I punched the chick. Drake knew these chicks tried to set him up, try to have his baby. He poured hot sauce in his condom.
Jeez. Good for
him. And this chick went and poured it in her pizza.
Good.
It came running out the restroom screaming because she done poured hot sauce in her pizza, trying to get pregnant by Drake. Like, this is what you got to go through if you're rich. I think I'm going to just stay poor.
Dude. No, I'm going to get rich and just stay with Nina. Make proper decisions.
Yeah, there's that. Jeez. But you're going to have a lot of leeches.
And you know what else I'm going to do if I get super rich and celebrity? I'm going to go to Executive Armoring. I'm going to have my brand new Land Rover armored head to toe because there's crazy effing people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not rich or a celebrity. I'm not a city official, but maybe you might be. If you are in the if you're in the armoring business, our boys at Executive Armoring here in San Antonio. This is a worldwide company, by the way, that just happens to be based right here in our own backyard. We're not allowed to tell you some of the folks.
If you be y'all, your mouths would drop if I was able to tell you who they've helped.
Right.
Across the world.
World. Right. But they're looking to help San Antonians too. If you are, maybe you just want bulletproof windows. This crazy world we live in, where people got a gun everywhere you go. Everybody's got guns. Executive Armoring, for your own peace of mind, for your safety, whether you're a celebrity or not. Maybe you're they do business with. We can say they do business with police officers organizations in the state. They've done SWAT vehicles over there.
About to do Sammy.
Yeah, I think they're about to do Sammy from Sammy's Reportery. It's Executive Armoring. Leroy's our guy over there, 210-716-4606. You can email the man, info.armoring@gmail.com, info.armoring@gmail.com.
If they were around in the 90s, Biggie and Tupac would be alive. Both shot in the car
windows. Yeah,
and the doors.
Yeah, man.
Tupac's went through the doors. Biggie's went through the doors as well. Should both still be here.
All right. That's it for us for now. There's part one. We're doing a two-a-day today.
Dude.
6:55 tonight if you're watching this live. Buki, as soon as you can, make the link, and I want to tweet it out today and put it on all my socials, sir.
6:55?
Tune in tonight right at 6:55. Draft starts at 7. We'll go at least until the Spurs are done. Probably not going to stay for the whole thing. No. Probably a good hour. We'll certainly see them take Dylan Harper. What will they do with the 14? That's the question I have. All right, that's it. We're done. Love you all hard. Thanks, everybody. Mucho. See you tonight here on Love You Hard TV for a special draft edition of In the Building. See y'all tonight. Bye.